Okay, so John Julio brand Dam skates have a new model. It's called the Dam 901 and I just ordered a pair. Today I'm gonna open them, look at them for the first time, try them on my feet and share some opinions with you. I think it's important for you guys to know that I did pay full price for these skates. I bought them from This Is Soul, the shop in the Netherlands. And there was a time that I was like, damn it, I should have bought straight from the source because I got them 1 week late. But this is the world we're living in. It's like everyone wants to get the stuff before everyone else. Anyway, I did pre-order it, but I was probably one of the last people to pre-order. Here you go. What am I doing? I don't know how to open a box anymore. Oopsie, okay. That's quite funny. So the guys from This Is Soul sent me a photo. It's saying Ricardo, Lino, and that is the guys, that is Eric and probably the guys that work at This Is Soul that packed my box. That's cool. And then a heart and Eric. See, it's already worth the wait. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, This Is Soul. And inside, I got a couple of stickers from the shop. Yeah, This Is Soul. I got tools. I got a little disclaimer, important, do not have brakes. You know, the normal, I think it's for safety or like to be able to sell skates in the European community, you need this little booklet. Now, the skate itself. So, let me close the box and let's look at the skate. I like the box, quite cool. I'm gonna put it here so you can see it. I don't even know which way is the right way, 901. I don't know if there is even a right way. Anyway, here's the box. And now, here's the skate. So, I did buy the medium skate. And I previously skated the medium on their first model, which is the 908. I then had the U1 skate, which is basically a 908 with some leather or some material on top. And on that, I had the medium. And then on the 909, I had the medium, and I tried the medium, which is a mix. It's a size between the medium and the small that a lot of people was asking for. I could not fit my feet on the smalls as some people do. I am a 275 millimeter length foot person, and yeah, I do prefer to skate my skates a bit roomier, especially nowadays. I went through my phase of wanting to skate the skates really tight and trying to downsize with liners and all that. And what you got here, it's basically a 901 size medium stock dam liner, complete, just as they come, like with anti-rockers and yeah, 58 millimeter wheels. And the first thing that I see here is that they say made in USA. Is it the skates or is it the wheels? I will look into that. The next thing that I see, it's obviously they have a completely different Souplate. It's a new Souplate compared to the 909s, like their last version, which is still on the market. The 909 is still on the market, and they now have two models on the market. These, which is the 901, which is supposed to be a more affordable, and the 909, which is supposed to be a bit more expensive. I paid 240 euros for this, and again, this is one of the new things that this skate comes. Other than the mold, also the Souplate is new. The Souplate is much wider, and that used to be something that a lot of people kept on complaining about. So I think on the 909, they were on the third edition of the Souplate, which started on the 908. They had a first Souplate that was really narrow, especially in the back, a little bit tapered here. and people kept on asking for more. They made a version 2 that was a bit wider, and then they made a version 3 that had a bit of a fin here in the back. It was basically wider, but still this is a completely different sole plate, which is much wider, and this is compatible with the 909. So you will see a lot of people right now with the 909s with the 901 sole plate, which is cool. Also, this frame is new. This is the new anti-rocker frame from them. It has the same look, but the groove is a bit deeper. And yeah. Another thing that I find it different is like the material. So it's more shiny. The plastic used on the boot on the 901s, it's more matte, and this one is more shiny, somehow glossier. Even the cuff. I don't know if they have any difference on the cuff yet or not. Something else that it's different, of course, and I'm sure you know about that, it has a flex cut here in the front. I don't even know, I don't think it's a flex cut. It's basically something for the lacing to work better. So if you have these cuts here, it's going to be easier for these wings, let's call it the wings, around the laces to work better, because if there's no cut, it's hard for the whole skate to bend. But if you have these cuts that you have here, then they work better. So I think that's going to be for that. I don't know how it's going to work or not, but that is it. I don't see a rockerable system here on the cuff, so yeah, I don't think the cuff is the same, because the other ones have a rockering system. So here, instead of round, it's a bit longer. So yeah, the cuff seems to be different. And at first look, that's about it. Now let me check the liner. Should be a basic liner. Again, this is a skate that it's supposed to be a price point skate for them. It has neoprene toe, so it should be a bit expandable. So that is cool. I don't know if, let me see. This is a 10, 10 and a half. I honestly don't know if they make 43, 44 or just 44 or just 43. I was trying to see on the box if it says something like that. It says 10, 10 and a half. I'm sure that the mold is going to be the same on the size 43 and the size 44, which is size 10 and size 11 US. But let's see, here it says from 10 to 11, yeah, from 10 to 11 and a half, this will be the same cuff. And also, oh no, the boot is 10 and 10 and a half, use the same mold. So on the inside, you do have the same hardware, which is those bridges, those aluminum bridges. You have the same, which is really cool, meaning that the sole plate is connected to the boot and the frame is only connected to the sole plate. So this bolt that you have here doesn't go all the way into the inside of the boot, it goes just to the sole plate. Frame connects just to the sole plate, and sole plate connects to the boot with the same hardware as the 909s. Looking in the inside, you can see that you can bring the cuff up and down, but instead of being here on the outside that you have the system, it's probably my mistake, it's on the cuff. So I can see there is like a little some hardware that it's not round, it's more like an oval thing. And yeah, you can bring the cuff up and down. So usually lower, you should have better flex. On top, you should have more support. That's what some people think. I honestly don't know. I don't play enough with the height of the cuff. I like to play more with going back or forward, but I need to. When you do this here, it goes forward, but you can feel it stopping, and it stops here when the bunny here, which is these two pieces that you have on the back inside the boot, when they touch, then that's when the forward flex stops. That's what happens here without the liner. Of course, when you put them on, it may be different. Something interesting too is the laces are not extremely long and the liner doesn't have lace loops. Insole is very basic. As I said, the liner should be basic, but I don't think that's a problem at all, especially for someone like me that is not trying to downsize. It's quite padded. This material here, it's somehow gives some more structure to the liner than here. So here you can, you know that if there's something pressuring against this, you can feel it. But here somehow this glossier part or this top part will be a little bit more edge protection, if that makes sense. I like how the liner says "damn" here, just very simple. Yeah, 10, 10 and a half, designed by John Julio and Kyle Sola. Kyle Sola is someone from New York who lives in Europe. Nowadays he lives in Zurich and is one of the most respected skate designers. He has his own brand called Sola Frames, and he worked on different projects. He designed the 909 skate, he designed the 901, and I'm not sure, I think he also helped with the design on the blank skate, or at least the Souplate. I know that he worked on other projects. I think the frame was also by him. I'm sure there's other stuff out there that he worked with. At least these are the public ones, and I'm sure that he may even have worked with other brands. I like that the material here, I don't know if you can see, but there's some texture, and this texture is, I don't know if you can use this word, reminiscent. It reminds me of the 908, which is the first model. So they made kind of like a, same here in the back, also that texture. So they made a whole new mold with features from both their skates. From what I've heard, some people said that this skate was supposed, or is supposed to be, a harder plastic than the 909s. But what I've seen other brands do, like Razors, was their entry-level models, the plastic that they use, it's somehow softer. Now, apparently what them is doing, it's a bit different because they're using a harder plastic, less flexible. It's interesting. I don't know. I'm gonna need to test before I say something about this. The buckle, it's similar to the one that you will see on others, but it's a plastic buckle, which is normal when you're trying to get a cheaper skate or a more affordable skate. The one thing that I'm curious is the wheels, because they say made in USA. And I'm thinking, is it the made in USA wheel or a made in USA skate? Because the skate is also not made in USA, which is common. Nowadays, everything is made in China. But the made in USA wheels from them, they have a blue print. And these ones have a white print. And I know that they are made by the same factory that makes the red eye wheels. And usually those wheels are known for having like an hexagonal core. So I'm very curious to see if these ones also have that, or if these are not those wheels. And these are not. So, yeah, this is a bit of a... So the wheel says, them, no, it says 58 millimeters, 98 them wheels, made in USA. I don't know. I find it quite weird that it's a made in USA with a different core from the wheels that are actually made in the USA, made by another, I don't need to say the factory, but I know the factory. And yeah, the thing is, I was thinking about all the logistics of making a wheel in the US, sending it to China to then assemble the skate and then ship the skate back to the US or to Europe. Would make it logistically hard and expensive. And that's why I was curious about this. It was one of the things that I wanted to check. I know that for some people I may just be being picky. I'm not. Just want to check it. That's what it is. I heard some people really enjoying the dam wheels. I also heard some people saying that the wheels didn't last for them, the previous ones. To be fully honest, now after seeing the core, I'm curious. Let's see, because usually wheels with me, I'm heavy, and skating anti-rocker, they usually don't last. They really don't last. So let me put this on and let's see how they go. Fitting wise, okay, let me try the lacing first. So the thing that I was telling you about being able to, yep, exactly. I can feel the lacing really working, which is amazing. Those cuts, you can really feel the shell hugging your foot. That's nice. I don't feel a lot of space in the front. Look, it's not my first pair of dam skates. I've had a few, but I've always skated them with Intuition liners. Some of them with the Intuition dam liners. Some of them, the previous ones, not the last ones. Some of them with the with a regular Intuition Premium or with the V2s. I never skated them with the stock liner. This is my first time, and to be fully honest, they actually feel great, really good. The fit is awesome. Let me see, I'm not gonna skate like that. I just came from skating and I was all sweaty. Let's see, with this, the cool thing about also these fins here in the back is that the wheels, when you use white pants like I am using, it's harder for the wheels to go here. These fins somehow keep the wheel, like the thing there. Yeah, of course it can go, but I like how it looks. It doesn't look too big. Really nice. I'm gonna put the second one. Like when you don't have laces all the way to the top of the liner, some people don't like the feeling of it. I was one of those people. But as I start going into my real size skate, and the fact that I can put the skates fast, and my aggressive skates, I usually don't use them way too tight. I actually like how these feel and how fast they are to put on. Now, what I do feel too is, it may be just me, I don't know if you're feeling the struggle here. It looks like the buckle is a bit too short to me. And that is it. Feel great. Need to test them, but that will be on another video. So I hope you enjoyed this one. If you enjoyed this one, do not forget to subscribe to this channel. If you have any doubts or if there's anything that you want me to check about these skates, if you're thinking about buying and you don't have any shop around to test them, or you don't know of anyone with them, and any doubts that you have about the skates, let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, let me know what you liked the most in the comments. If you didn't like, you can also let me know in the comments. It's okay. Let me know what you didn't like so I can try to change for the next one. And like I always say, more important than anything, just don't forget why we all started skating, and that it's because it's fun. Now, cheers and see you soon. Like, the road here is quite rough. Let's see.